Hello everyone, welcome to Chandigarh Civil Services Academy's YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to discuss one important editorial that came in today's The Hindu newspaper, which was regarding educational data that engages the poor parent. So what comprise of educational data? The surveys that are conducted in this country. Various surveys, they are conducted keeping in mind the end users who are going to use this data. So let's take some examples of surveys that have been conducted, like ASER, Annual Status of Education Report, which was conducted in 2019. It said that Rajasthan is amongst the lower ranked states when it comes to education and school education in particular. And another survey, which was National Achievement Survey, which is conducted by NCERT, it ranked Rajasthan amongst the top performers. So this is a whole another debate that this data, the data of one survey is different from the another survey. But what this points out is that are these surveys relevant for the people who are living in the remotest of towns in our country? Are they going to understand each and every aspect of the survey? So the writer is of the opinion that we should conduct surveys keeping in mind people living in the remote areas. The parent of that child who lives in that remote area needs to be able to understand these kind of surveys, and it should be relevant for him or her. So the surveys conducted right now, they have limited resonance for the ultimate end users. Who are these end users? For whom this data is generated? This data is generated for the inspection by various government agencies, civil society organizations, school administration, and various researchers. And almost everyone in our country, all the experts are of the view that parents are one important section which comprise of end user, and they should be taken into consideration, and especially the parents living in the remote areas. So the key message, what the writer is trying to say is that this data is irrelevant for a parent. What does a parent expect from a school education? For them, the exam outcome is important, which is equivalent to learning. For them, English language skills are important. If their child is speaking English, they consider that it as a success. Apart from that, chance for secondary and graduate level degrees. If they are qualified to go for college, the parents think that the school education was a success. So all these things should be taken into consideration while forming various parameters for the surveys. Right now, let's suppose that one of the parameters is school infrastructure. No, is that really relevant for a parent living in a remote town? No. It just the results of this data, these kind of surveys, which points out that infrastructure is not good enough or various other parameters are not good enough, they just exaggerate the hopelessness of the present state of circumstances rather than giving hope to the parents. Parents would understand the parameters which they find relevant. So as per the article, the parameters should be resonant for the people living in the remote areas. Data should be linked to the vision of school education that addresses anxieties of parents and is actionable at the level of governance closest to them. So when the parents are going to understand the data, they are going to understand what is it that is written in this survey. They are going to approach the relevant authorities in order to complain or get certain things fixed. So those surveys will then be instrumental for them. So the key message here is that the education vision should be locally rooted. The local people should get involved. The local political parties should get involved in the education surveys which are conducted. And the national level policy right now, it should encompass the essence of vision of the people. So what is the vision that the local area carries? That should be inculcated in the policies. So vision of people, ये जो अगर हमारी पॉलिसी स्ट्रक्चर में आएगा, what do people think is good education? If that kind of vision is inculcated in the policy structure, then things could change. Then then accountability will come. So the writer says कि ये जो vision है ये different होगी हर level पर. The essence of vision of people would be different at the national level, at the state level, and at the district level. Also, when we talk about the local governing bodies, वहां पर जो vision होगी लोगों की, वहाँ जो लोकल जो रिमोट एरियाज में लोग रहते हैं उनके अकॉर्डिंग माइग्रेंट्स आर अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सेक्शन. एंड अगर वो एजुकेशन पॉलिसीज में माइग्रेंट्स को एड्रेस किया जाएगा, सो दे वुड फील गुड. एंड वो सर्वेज में वैसे पैरामीटर्स रखे जाएंगे विच वुड लेट देम नो कि इफ देयर प्रॉब्लम्स आर बीइंग एड्रेस्ड इन द एजुकेशन सिस्टम, सो देन दो सर्वेज आर गोइंग टू बी इंस्ट्रूमेंटल. सो द विजन, जो विजन है एजुकेशन की, जो डिफरेंट लेवल्स पर मैनिफेस्ट कर रही है, नेशनल लेवल पर अलग, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल, स्टेट लेवल पर अलग और डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पर अलग, वो सब हमें कंसिडरेशन में लेनी चाहिए. ऑल दीज विजन्स आर इम्पॉर्टेंट इन कंडक्टिंग वेरियस सर्वेज. लोकल विजन कैसे पता चलेगी हमें? बाय finding out social and political consensus on why a child needs education. जब हमें सोशल और पॉलिटिकल कंसेंसस पता चल जाएगा उस एरिया का, उस हिसाब से हमें विजन पता चलेगी. अगर विजन पता चलेगी तो हम सर्वेज और अपनी एजुकेशन पॉलिसीज उस हिसाब से डिजाइन कर पाएंगे. So basically there should be locally rooted education vision. This was what the article said. And if the poor, there was one great phrase that was written in this article which said that poor will speak when the data will speak to them. When they are going to understand the data, then they are going to speak out for themselves that we are not getting this, we need this reform, we need changes in this field of education. So if they are going to understand the data, they are going to speak for themselves. This was what the article was all about. I hope this is understood by each and every one of you. Any other suggestions are welcomed in the comment section below. Thank you everyone.